Hello, everybody. Good evening. Rose here. Tonight I'm reacting to Foodie Beauty's live stream called Cooking Stream, where I guess she decided to make a meal for herself and Sala in the new kitchen, in the new place. And as you can imagine, it's interesting. You know, Chantal, the person that hates to cook, hates to be in the kitchen cooking a meal for Sala. And little spoiler, she burns the food. And I don't think that while she was cooking, she was following a recipe. She was just throwing things in a pot. It didn't look like something that was from a recipe, but she is cooking and playing the part of the happy housewife and talking to her stream of people. And so I wanted to sit in and give my thoughts. So that's what I'm going to do. And you're here with me, and you can sit in and listen in, and I'll gladly hear your comments and stuff in the comments section because I'm very open to your thoughts, feelings, and opinions to this. So let me just go ahead and share the screen so you guys can see and hear everything, because before we get into everything Chantal on her stream, I'm going to bring up the stuff that I found on Twitter. Gotta love Twitter. So, all right. So, let's start here. This tweet is from Shenanigans. Shenanigans always has good stuff on her feed. She's always capturing everything Chantal. So Shenanigans says Chantal is going to split on Pete as soon as she gets home. Just watch. Flop Era was giving it to Chantal in her chat. Flop Era says at Sala and Chantal. Sala had control of the account and was talking in chat. Sala and Chantal, do you think it's okay for Chantal to be living with her ex in Canada? I don't. Sala and Chantal, Sala says absolutely no, Flop Era. So, yeah, in the live stream that I'm going to react to, Chantal talks about that as soon as she gets home, Pete has to go. Although I've said this many times, I hate to repeat myself, but it just has to be mentioned. The villa is in Pete's name. His name is on the lease, not hers. So how can she kick him out? It's impossible. Could she take her stuff and leave and go somewhere else? Of course she can. But she can't kick him out. So I don't know where all this talk about her kicking him out came from, since that's not a thing. I don't know if Chantal is over there telling Sala that her name is on the lease and giving the impression that she can kick Pete out of the home, but she absolutely can't. She absolutely cannot. I don't know if as soon as Chantal comes back to Canada, if the whole thing with her and Sala is going to continue. as I've said, I don't think Chantal is going to be able to cope very well with being away from Sala. She's far too insecure and jealous. And even if this marriage is a sham, which I believe it is, she's already caught feelings for Sala. And she certainly enjoys the attention that she gets being around him. So if he's not there, she's going to pretty much lose her mind and go on the mother of all binges. That's basically almost a guarantee given her behavior and the fact that she can't stay away from food. So, yeah. So, Sala was asked in the chat if Chantal was going to be living with Pete's. And Sala said no. But you know what, Sala? If Chantal is your wife now, which is the impression you're trying to give to all of us, although we don't believe it, then it's your responsibility as her husband that the two of you get a place on your own. It's not about her kicking somebody else out of a house that she shares with them. You guys are a married couple. You guys should go and get your own doggone place. That's just my opinion. So what do we got here? Okay, Miss Robinson says, so Salad Boy said Chantal will absolutely not live with Pete's when she's back in Canada. Pete's, be prayer your stuff. I don't think Pete's is going anywhere. Because honestly, where can he go? Where's he going to go? I know he's got a bunch of people signing up to his channel now, although after the whole BBJ incident, I don't know how many of those people are going to stay. Pete's was inappropriate with BBJ, handling her roughly, and a lot of people took offense to that. Pete's, you should have learned your lesson, bro. You acted up with BBJ before on live stream and you saw the backlash you got, but yet you did it on live stream again. At the time that you're trying to build up people on your channel and kind of get them on your side and, you know, get more money in the door, you're going to do that nonsense with BBJ. But, you know, is Pete going anywhere? I don't think he's going anywhere. Because honestly, he has nowhere to go. Where is he going to go? Who's he going to live with? You know, he's depending on Chantal too much. And if, you know, it just seems weird that he's living there alone with the cats. And he's not freaking out about that Sala and Chantal are together, that she's in another country. And there's already been talk openly that he and her can't live together. He's staying completely calm. You have to wonder why. Is it because he knows this whole thing is a sham and she's going to come home and things are going to go back the way they were? I think so. I honestly think so. I think Pete's is an accomplice to this whole scam. He's in on it. He knows what's going on, and that's why he's as cool as a cucumber. Let's see. What's this? Oh, that's the same one. Sorry. For Miss Robinson, she says, so she said that her and Pete will have to leave the luxury villa because that place is not affordable. She's tiptoeing around Pete's subject while Salad is in the chat, is talking about no way for her to live with Pete. Interesting. So here's what I think is interesting. Here's what I think is interesting, y'all. So Chantal and Sala got a new place over in Kuwait. I don't know how much money they spent on it. But generally when you move, it's kind of an expensive expense, yeah? So how can she afford to move twice within a space of a couple of months? Does she have that much money that she can move Sala into a new place and then a month later come home and then maybe move into another place alone? Does that even make sense? You're married to a guy. He's in another country. You are in a place with him, and you're going to go home to Canada and get another separate place. So you're basically going to be paying rent on two different places. I know she makes money on YouTube, but does she make that much money? I don't think she does. I think her income is going down, and you know, I just don't see the logic in getting a new place in another country and then getting another place in your home country. You know, you're maintaining both places at the same time for what? This is a super chat that somebody sent. Monica Morales says, the apartment or the townhouse is in Pete's name. It means you have to leave. Absolutely correct. She has to leave. She can leave at any time. She's not legally obligated to stay there. She can pack her bags and go. Pete's, his name is on the lease. He's legally obligated, so she has to leave. She's the one married. She has to leave. Okay, this is from Kristen. Skinny legend Foodie Beauty does so much walking and has improved her fitness so much since being in Kuwait. But she might not be able to stand for the length of time it takes to make a meal. I find that curious, Chantal. You've been in Kuwait for what, over a month? And you've done allegedly a lot of walking, and you're eating so much healthier, which I think is a bunch of bunk. I don't think you're eating healthier. If anything, you're binging more on the food you shouldn't have, and we can tell you're putting on more weight. But you've been doing all that walking. I would think that walking would improve your stamina, right? So how is it that you aren't even able to stand to make a meal? But let's listen to the clip from Chantal.
So I'm gonna attempt to stand for like the whole time that I'm cooking. But if I need to take a break, I'll just put you guys on mute and go sit in the living room for a few minutes.
Okay, now I'm curious. Y'all help me here. All the vlogs that we saw her with Sala, she was walking around the beach just fine, wasn't she? She was walking around doing all that stuff with Sala just fine, but standing at a stove, you're perfectly still, is too much. You know, and I want to bring back something. Y'all remember all those live streams that Foodie did where she was in her kitchen and sitting in her chair. She would even sit in her chair to do any kind of cooking or washing the dishes. But yet, when she went to Canada, she was walking around the resort just fine. It made me think that maybe her sitting in the kitchen all that time and making it seem like she couldn't do much, it was kind of, she was putting on an act, that maybe her doing that, maybe she was catering to the feeders a little bit, because there is a subset with the feeder fetish. You've got the feeders, which are the guys that they want to see you get bigger and bigger, which that was part of Chantal's audience. But there's also a subset of that group called the gainers, and there's another one called the immobilizers. Gainers, they want to see you get bigger. Immobilizers, their fetish is seeing you having trouble doing simple tasks. They want to see you not be able to do as much as possible. That's just their thing. That's their fetish. So maybe back in the day, Chantal was kind of catering to those people acting that way. It's questionable, like what she can do and what she can't do. But point is, she's been walking all the way around Kuwait, going to beaches and going to the towers and going to the mall, and yet standing at your stove is strenuous. I don't get it. How can you walk around a mall just fine, walk around the beaches just fine, but yet standing at a stove where you're not even moving that much it's wearing you out? I don't understand. So let's touch on the Pete situation, which I just did a whole react to Piggy's video. Y'all already know how I feel about Pete. After watching what happened with him and BBJ, I'm still pissed. I'm still mad. You know? Still mad. But this right. Shut up, Pete. I'm not ready for you. Okay, so this is from Hidden Truths. At Foodie Beauty, Pete said he only has a few weeks left of cat food. But I guess, correct me if I'm wrong, a healthy, well-fed cat should eat up to 2 cans of food per day. They have 2, and Sam's getting skinnier. They're not being fed properly. They're being fed mush. You know, I will say this as a cat owner. Cats and pets are very emotional. I don't know if they're being fed properly. Sometimes pets don't eat because It could be illness. It could be depression. Animals do get depressed. They miss their owners, and maybe Sam and BBJ are depressed and miss Chantal, so they're not eating as much. So them both losing weight, that could have something to do with it. But if Pizza's over there saying that he's got just a couple of weeks or so left of cat food, or even 3 weeks, Chantal's going to be gone for at least a month. So he's going to run out of cat food, isn't he? You know, the math ain't mathing here. If he's got a few weeks left, that's 3 weeks. And I don't know exactly how much food he's got and like what the portions are. A few weeks would be 3 weeks. And Chantal said she's not coming home until January. So unless Chantal sends him money to go get more food, or he procures money to go get food, the food's going to run out. So I don't know if Pizza's saying that because that's the truth, or he's just saying that on stream, thinking that people are going to be alarmed and send him more money to buy the food, and then he'll use that to buy himself stuff. But it just, you know, it all goes back to Chantal. Those are her cats. She knows they're there. She should be sending money and keeping up with what's going on with them, making a phone call. Are they okay? Do they need stuff? It's her responsibility. Pizza's the caretaker, but those are her pets. Whatever they need pet-wise, she should be providing, even from 3,000 miles away, you know, or thousands of miles away. So next clip, this is from Kristen. Let's see what we got here.
You guys, I'm so happy. Sorry.
Happy for what? To do the housewife thing? I don't believe that. She had a fully stocked kitchen in her own house with every lovely cooking device you could ask for. She had an air fryer. She had a Instapot. I mean, just those two things alone, you can make amazing meals. And she never used them. She always preferred to eat out, take out food. So all of a sudden she's in a kitchen and she loves to cook. I don't believe that. No, sure don't. Wrong answer. Okay, this is from Mo. Mo translates.
I never.
Shut up, Chantal. I'm not ready for you. Not yet. So this is from Mo translates. Mo says, this is why I believe, in my opinion, that Chantal and Salah are not married. The accidental reveal with the shift eyes. So let's watch the clip.
Ever said that Salah lived in like a big house. I said that he has his own place, which is a big upgrade. You know, having your own place, your own car, your own job, not bumming money off of your girlfriend or your wife or whatever. I never.
You know, Chantal, listen, when you were talking about Salah, you gave us all the impression this guy was not tremendously wealthy, but he had quite a bit of money. You said to us that you could quit YouTube, that you had the option to quit YouTube, that he would take care of you. And those of us that watch you, we know that requires a lot of money. You, not to be rude, not fat shaming, but you do eat quite a bit. So, you know, you eat quite a bit of food that takes quite a bit of money. But you gave us that impression that this person, Salah, that he had enough money that he could take care of himself and you. You were talking him up. And we're watching you in Kuwait. And I'm not shaming him for how he lives, where he lives. That ain't right. But from what we've seen, it just looks like money's really, 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 really tight. And he's not working right now. So we're all thinking, you're the one providing the money, and he's just living off of you. You know, that's my guess. I mean, going from the place that he was in to where the two of you are now, I think you gave him the money for that because you are not a native to Kuwait, therefore you cannot, take up residence, right? So he obviously is getting money from you. He's getting money from you. You're supporting him. He's not working. Where's the money coming from all this? All right. So that's what I have on Twitter that I gathered up on Twitter. Thanks to all those lovely people who posted all that stuff. So let's get into the actual cooking stream. Let's go. You know what? Never mind. Let's back up a minute. Let's look at the comments. Let's do those because you guys like the comments, and Chantal's had the comments turned off for quite a while. Asian Fire says, how funny that anyone thinks Pete should give up the luxury villa. It is in his name. He should do the right thing and toss all of your garbage out the door. I don't think he can do that. I don't think he can legally do that. Chantal kind of has squatter's rights. Even if her name isn't on the lease, her stuff is there. She gets mail there. You can't do that. Once a person has remained at your residence for a certain period of time, you have to go through the legal channels to evict them. So even if he wanted to change the locks and toss all of our garbage out on the front lawn, he can't do that. But Pete's doesn't have to give up the villa. He could certainly not pay rent and get evicted, but he can't. Foodie cannot kick him out. It's in his name. He can't be kicked out. But Pete's can't toss her stuff out either. Brianna says, I'd have a panic attack in that tiny kitchen. Well, it is a very small kitchen. On a dark desert highway says, how long does it take to unpack? The last place was a shoebox. He had a keyboard and an air fryer. I don't know how much stuff that Salah had. It was a very small place, but y'all would be surprised what you can fit into a small place. But it shouldn't take that long to move a studio apartment into another place. It really shouldn't take that long. On a dark desert highway says, what in the windowless, blink twice, phony personality is going on here? I don't know. Oh my goodness. Oh, N. Rivera says, no offense, but you went from a nice villa to cooking in a tiny corner on a hot grill. This man did not upgrade your lifestyle. In fact, you are settling for the bare minimum cooking on a hot plate in a corner with horrible lighting. Well, I don't feel comfortable shaming people for where they live. Your home is your home. But for Chantal, a big kitchen has never been her priority. She's not a big cooker anyway. She's not a real foodie. She doesn't have a real passion for food. So a kitchen is really not something that it's a deal breaker for her. She wanted this. She will give up everything. She will sacrifice anything just to be next to Salah for 5 minutes. So I guess this makes her happy. And see. Everybody talking about the size of the kitchen. Oh, here we go. Jean Louise says, I kind of worry about you, Chantal. What happens to, he has a house, I can quit YouTube today because he takes care of me financially, and all the things you told us about him. If you are fine with it, that's great. People talk about your room situation because you said he is a rich businessman or something, and your room activity looks cheap as H. Yeah, I mean, if Chantal had been honest from the jump and told us he's on a modest salary or he doesn't have much money, then nobody would be saying anything about how they live. People are saying stuff because she lied. She obviously lied. And even Pete said about Chantal, he said outright she exaggerates things, which means she lies about stuff. She'll take a mountain and she'll pile on the lies and make it into a molehill. Or is that the reverse? Anyway, but yeah, everybody's commenting about the living situation just because the impression that she gave to us about Sala before we saw everything, it doesn't match what we're seeing now. Oh, oops. Dang it. Urgh. How did I do that? Okay, give me a second. I messed up. That was my bad. Sorry. Shut up, Chantal. I'm not ready for you. We're going to go back to the comments. Why is it doing that? It's all like on the side and stuff. Okay, I'm back. Sorry. Experiencing technical difficulties. Please stand by. Mary says, girl, if you don't stop messing with your hijab incessantly during your videos. You know, I tend to think that's a nervous habit for Chantal. Like, just, I don't know. But I was watching a little bit of the cooking video and I got worried because she is wearing a hijab. She didn't pull it back. I was worried about her actually setting it on fire. Delphina says, channels are saying Chantal's husband does not like or love her and they won't have kids. He won't touch her. Well, look at his body language. He is clearly not in love with Chantal. He's repulsed by her. And I'm not trying to be mean. This is not throwing shade on anyone who's had a hysterectomy or for whatever medical reason you cannot have kids. She cannot have children. She has had a hysterectomy, so she cannot physically have children. She can't have them. So I don't know if kids are a priority for Sala, but if he wants a woman that he can impregnate and have kids with, it won't be Chantal. It just can't be. Barney says, how do you plan on affording to live in Kuwait when the dollar is worth more there and your YouTube income has decreased? You guys also live on the poor side. You said he will take care of you financially, but he has no job. You made it seem like he had a home. I'm wondering that too. I'm wondering if Chantal is looking at Sala and thinking that even if her income goes all the way down, that he will take care of her. I don't know if she's just going to stay there and stay there and stay there. And then if her income gets low enough, she's going to look at him and go, well, you're married to me, so you have to take care of me. Kind of like force him to do it. I hope that's not her plan because he won't do it. Kitty Cat says, you haven't changed. No, she hasn't. All right, so that's it for the comments. Let's get into the actual video. Let's do this.
Installing some shelving.
Oh, let me back up. Sorry.
Anyway, I'm going to try to make capsa style rice in the rice cooker. Normally, it takes a while to make it and everything, but how are we two lovebirds doing? Kind of hungry. I did a lot today. I made homemade lemonade, which I'll show you guys. Corn on the cob is in season here, so I made some nice buttered corn. Pretty much just like being a housewife and stuff. I mean, people got to eat, right? So I wanted a home cooked meal. We eat out a lot.
You did not want a home cooked meal. Maybe he wanted a home cooked meal because he is not into fast food. You are. When you guys went to McDonald's, don't think I didn't notice that he was trying to eat a little bit healthy and you weren't. Don't think I didn't notice that because I did. So maybe he wanted a home cooked meal. And maybe he's like, hey, you went to McDonald's the other night. You had your McDonald's trip. So now it's time to eat a little bit healthier.
Oh, yes, Brittany. I like that guy. He's going after all my haters. I'm kidding. Okay. Hey, plus. You can just watch it on the replay, I guess, if you want. I don't know. I'm cooking. I'm not doing drama, so I don't win. I guess I can't compete. So I'm gonna attempt to stand for like the whole time that I'm cooking. But if I need to take a break, I'll just put you guys on mute and go sit in the living room for a few minutes.
You know, I'm not trying to be mean, Chantal, but if your health is so bad, if it's so incredibly bad that you have trouble standing just to cook, I would take that as a warning sign and just pay attention to your body, okay? Your body is letting you know it's having a hard time with what you're doing to it. I don't know why you insist on punishing your body by putting in all the salt and the fats and the grease and cheese. And what are you punishing your body for? What did it do to you? That you're not going to take care of it. I don't get it. You're a woman that you say you want to be loved, you want to be in a relationship, but yet you will not take care of your health. And generally, when you go out into the world and look for a partner and they find you, one of their hopes is that you are in good enough health that they can grow old with you and die with you. You know, you want a partner that's going to be there for a long time, not someone that you don't know what's going to happen to them. How can you want to be with somebody that cares about their health and yet you don't care about yours? So if you're having trouble just standing perfectly still at a stove and you can't cook, please pay attention to your body. It's screaming for help.
Corn o'clock. Yeah, Sally will probably be in the chat because there's not much room in here, and yeah. But we're still unpacking. We're going to be I'm going to show you guys a tour video, probably on our couples channel. We're going to show you the apartment when it's all done. We're still installing some shelving for all the dishes. So I'm going to be kind of just doing what I can. This thing that the gas stove.
Girl, if you're having trouble standing still cooking dinner, how could you help with putting up shelves and all that? You just sat there and said that you get out of breath and you have trouble standing still at the stove cooking. So how can you help with moving and installing anything? Honestly.
Stove is on. I'll show you guys too, but just had this custom made. It's like a metal table and everything. It's just, we're organizing everything, and everything is not unpacked yet either. So thank you, Brittany. I'm gonna be sweaty. Yeah. Idaho Jessie, hi. And it's not even that it's hot in here. It's just, I'm fully dressed and give you 10 minutes. Idaho Jessie, member for 9 months. Hype users ready to say babies. DIY vibes. MTV Cribs. All right, so the rice has been soaking for over about 30 minutes, about 40, 45 minutes. I got ready while the rice was soaking, so I don't even know how many cups this is. I just know how much water to put above it. But first, I have to saute some garlic. I'm altering the recipe because there's certain things that I know Salo won't like the taste of, so I'm going to alter it. Our Fridays weekend days. Yes, Fridays and Saturdays. Yeah, Friday and Saturday. Yeah, Stella and Chantal is Stella. Okay, I'll be right back. I got to get my spices and garlic. So, let me get that. Dong. There we go. So, all right. So I have some spices here that I'm going to use some of the spices that.
Maybe I heard wrong, but it sounds like Chantal is just making up a recipe of something. She did not go on YouTube and look up recipes to make a proper dish. She's just throwing stuff in a pot and hoping that it tastes good. For Sala, I would not trust her cooking, sir. She is not hygienic. She is not sanitary. She doesn't wash her hands. Oh, you're gonna get diarrhea.
They suggest. I don't know. I've never made this. I have to always pick this up at the store. Oh. Hey, Lynn. Okay, so I'll show you the spices. Domestic goddess. I'm trying. Honestly, it's good for weight loss. I actually like smashed the bag.
You know what else is good for weight loss, Chantal? Not going to McDonald's, not going to Burger King, not eating fast food, not being up at 3 o'clock in the morning binging on cheese and pastries and pickles. That's good for weight loss too. Because you know that eating right before bed is a big no-no, right? That's the worst time to eat a bunch of food, is right before bed, because you're loading up on calories and then you go to sleep and your body does not have a chance to burn any of that off. So if you're looking to lose weight, you got to eat correctly. Not just healthy food, but just be mindful of when you eat it during the day. You know, eat some of your heavier meals in the morning or in the afternoon if you're active, and eat your lightest meals around 6 or so in the evening. And that way you won't have much in your stomach when you go to bed. And the bonus to that is when you go to bed, you'll sleep a lot better.
Bag of Doritos with lemon. Lemon? You have to try that. It's like dipping it in cream cheese. Okay. So I have some I have some dry lemon. I've never used this. Let me smell it. Anyone ever used this before? I have one.
So she's got a bunch of ingredients that she's never cooked with before. And knowing Chantal, she did not do her research on what it is and how much to use and how strong it is. She's just buying a whole bunch of new exotic ingredients that she's never worked with before. She's just going to throw it into a pot. Oh, Lord, here we go.
A knife unpacked. Can't lose it. Ooh, that is strong. Hey, Tiffany. Okay. I have onion powder. You need onion, but Casella doesn't love cooked onion. So, hi, K-Bella. Princess Jasmine vibes. There's so many cute tutorials on Instagram. Maybe one day I can do some, inshallah, but I doubt it. I'm still bad at it. Coriander, and I'm already sweating, so this is...
You know what? I'm getting flashbacks, y'all. I'm getting flashbacks right now. When she was with Natter. Y'all remember when she made that horrible pot of soup? Natter didn't even eat it. She was in his kitchen and she made that entire horrible pot of soup, whatever the heck that was, because he was sick and he didn't eat it. Chantal, cooking is not your thing. If it were your thing, you would research the ingredients, you would look them up, see how strong they are, how much to use, what they taste like. You got all this new stuff in front of you, and you have absolutely no idea what it is. What did you do when you went to the grocery store? Did you just say, oh, this looks good and pick it up? Because you're not one that you do research on anything, except for the reaction channels. You'll be nosy and research them all day.
This is going to be fun. Coriander. Bay leaves. Cinnamon. Smooth cardamom. Soft turmeric. What's with the adjectives on the spices? Hope you're all fine, Beezers. Aw. That's cute. Fresh labneh. Really? Oh, maybe someday. Saffron stock and Maggi. I'm probably just going to use the Maggi, honestly. The chicken. and some cloves. So I'm just going to saute some garlic, tomato, and because you need tomato puree, but I don't have any pureed tomatoes. I have tomato paste, but I'm just going to mash the tomato with the fork. Making a halal nashi. I wish. No. Magic cubes. Okay. Now, let me get you. I forgot the tomato. Where did it go? Oh. Oh, I also want to show you. I made a huge bucket. I reuse containers. I made a huge thing of salad from a recipe from a very nice person who shared the recipe with me. It's very easy, but it's just finely cut cucumber, parsley, tomato, lemon juice, salt, and olive oil. And it's really good. What happened? Oh. Hi, Maddie loves Tony. Until calm her down. I'm not nervous. Am I? Letitia Herrera Journey. Hi, Letitia. Welcome. Welcome to Very Important Bees. Ready, Set, Bees. You know, guys, I was thinking my community post. I had a dream last night that you showed us your hair growth. No, I can't.
So Tracy TX says, Shala, calm her down. Chantal is so nervous. Yeah, why is she nervous? She's not a brand new YouTuber. She's done live streams before. Why would she be nervous? Although I will say, like, her personality, just, who is this person? We don't know her. This is not the real Chantal. You know, like, this just seems like another personality that she's putting on. Maybe she's nervous because she knows that people are leaving her channel. Hence why she's been going out of her way to kind of love bomb her members. And what do you guys think about beauty, and what are your tips on beauty? She only loves bomb. She will only love bomb her members when she's losing money or she wants something. You know, Chantal's very manipulative. She knows how to put on that baby voice to get what she wants. She'll get mad at people and then turn around and apologize and seem like it's different this time, when it's not different. It's just that she's shifting her personality around when she doesn't get her way.
But I'm always afraid it's going to peek through because it's getting longer. I think the vitamins are working a bit. Fatouche. Oh, it's not Fatouche because there's no... Hey, Letitia. You know who I seen today in my comments? Rhoda. Remember Rhoda? I don't know. It'd be cool. Maybe we should have a Beezer reunion or something. Okay. Everyone's welcome. I just asked that, don't be racist and just be respectful. That's it. Like, generally. I mean, I don't care if people...
So I'm just noticing something small right now. I'm noticing that the band part here around her forehead, when she's come on live stream wearing her abaya, that the band part, whatever this part is right here, it would always be really tight against her forehead. Did you watch my video, Chantal? Or did you figure out that maybe the part underneath the abaya was too tight and that was giving you headaches? Or maybe part of the reason why you were getting headaches? Because it's looking a lot looser now.
People make fun of me, but... Well, you know what I mean. Okay. Let's go. All right. So I have some garlic. Maybe 2 cloves or so. I'm honestly just winging it right now.
Told you. Oh, Chantal, Chantal, Chantal. Look, if you're trying to rack up brownie points with Sala, trying to put on the part of the happy housewife, and oh, look, I love you so much, I'll cook for you. Winging it when making a meal is just not a good idea. You've got a phone, You have access to YouTube. There are recipes everywhere. Why aren't you looking up recipes and just writing stuff down? You could write stuff down on a piece of paper and follow the recipe, and it would probably be awesome. But just throwing things into a pan or a pot just ain't gonna get it done.
Correct. Inshallah. With your enlarged heart. I'm gonna love his stream. He can be pretty funny. From what I heard, him roasting, what's her face? Another person. I was watching DC Media Girl stream about that. Like, I know she used to like roast me or whatever, but whatever, I'm roastable. But also not just that. Sometimes she's witty with her answers, you know? Like, I don't know. That's just my opinion. So I was watching that, Brittany, so I know what you mean. He's like, yeah, I get it. Like, they were giving, what's her face crap for going real life or whatever. It's like, it's true. It's like people like wish me to go to prison or like the worst, just like because they have beef with me. That's really like sad. Like, not to get into drama, but like when you think of it, like to wish somebody like to go to prison over that, like that's not right. Who's Mima? No. It's awful. Oh, Dream. Pamela Sal is so sweet too, Chantal. He is. Like, you guys don't even know. And, you know, it's just like, I know you guys don't know because we're very private, but.
You know, Chantal, I think you got it mixed up. You say that Sala is sweet to you. I think you being around Natter and being exposed to him and the way he behaved, the way he would curse and swear at you, anything that is not that is sweet for you. And you did make the comment long ago regarding Natter. All he has to do is fake love me and I would give him the world. So here's Sala. And he's not love bombing you. He's not showering you with gifts. He's just being polite. He's just being polite. And he's behaving himself on stream. He's not cursing. He's not swearing. He's not calling you names. He's not humiliating you. He's not doing none of that. He knows where his bread's buttered. He knows as long as he's a good boy on stream that he's going to get whatever rewards are waiting later. But you know what? Just because somebody's nice to you doesn't mean they're in love with you. You can be nice to anybody. It doesn't mean that you are completely infatuated in love with them.
Dream, where's your Oh. Are you sure you want to give a tour? Yeah, I mean, hi, Lolo. Yeah, of course. Like, here's the thing. I really have to get in my head. What people think about me and my life is none of my business. Like, if someone's going to judge my home or our home, that says more about them than us. Like, you know.
Pardon me. Excuse me. How many comments did you make about French Fry Girl living in a Motel 6? Insinuating that she lived in a Motel 6. Many times did you say that. And how many comments did you make about Kaya, saying she lived in a shed? Made a lot about those too. You've always had a, snotty girl, look down your nose attitude. Like you're on top of the mountain. And the only mountain that you have is Box Mountain. Okay? You over there talking about other people's living situations in a very derogatory way, when in all truth, you living at the villa, you can't even say that's your place. Pete's name is on the lease, not yours. So you really can't say much about where somebody else lives or how they live. Even now, the house that you're in, it's not in your name because it can't be in your name. So honestly, Chantal, you cannot say that there's any place that has your name on the lease that is truly yours. Can you? No. And I'm going to go back to my original point earlier in the react. The only reason why people are commenting on Salah's living situation is because of you. Because of you exaggerating this man, making claims about this man. Oh, he's got so much money, I could quit YouTube. Oh, he's going to take care of me. And yet, everything we've seen, it doesn't seem like he's in a position where he could take care of you. We could all be wrong, but that's the appearance that we've been given, and we're just going with, you see. You gave us the impression that he had lots of money, and yet you guys are living in a smaller place. So it all goes back to your big mouth, doesn't it? Yeah, it does.
It's just, I don't know. Like, who cares? You know what I mean? Like, I love it. It's cozy. And we don't really have to explain ourselves to people, you know? Okay, I'm going to use some olive oil. Why did I say it like that? I don't know. A lot of olive oil. Why not? I'm probably going to put some butter in the rice after it's cooked. Or you know what? I'm going to make it now.
You know, speaking of rice, I have to wonder if she washed the rice before she cooked it. I don't think she did. Yeah, that's the thing. You're supposed to wash the rice before you cook it. And I wonder if she measured it properly, because when it comes to rice cookers, you have to put like a certain amount of water and a certain amount of rice. I wonder if she just put it all in there wrongly. If she did, it's either going to be hard as a rock or too soggy.
And I mean, I'm not perfect. I know I've said, like I said in my last live stream, I've said and done things that are just nasty. Like, I've lowered myself to people's level. Of course, I mean, I have to acknowledge.
No, you have your own level. It's not a matter of you lowering yourself to anybody else's level. Chantal, you are in a world by yourself. You have your own level of depravity, of evil, of vileness, of cruelty, of just soullessness. You're in a class by yourself, Mama. Yes, you are.
That. And I use that as an excuse. Well, they're mean to me, they're nasty to me. So I'm just not even, I don't even just get involved anymore. Why live a life like that? Hey, babe! Hi, babe! I'm making rice. You want some? It's vegetarian. Okay. I'm gonna turn the gas on. This makes me nervous.
I'm actually nervous because she's wearing the abaya, and I'm so nervous she's going to catch that thing on fire. She should pull it back closer to her neck.
I want it on low flame. Saute. Is that the right word to use? Saute. I'm gonna add tomato too. Just sorry if I can't look at the chat right now. Yeah, exactly. So, oh, sweat in my eye. Paula, can you bring me the Kleenex, please? I'll just.
You know, if this was supposed to be a cooking video, Chantal, if you're doing a cooking stream and you're trying to make it look appealing, you should prepare the ingredients beforehand. Have them all cut up because you're cutting up that tomato in huge chunks. Things should be bite-sized.
Thank you. Too big of chunk. All right. I'm gonna let this cook.
Look at those. Look at those big, huge chunks of tomatoes. Look, that's not bite-sized. And she's got the heat on way too high. She's gonna burn the tomatoes, y'all.
Because I need it to be like soft tomato. So yeah. The garlic's like kind of burn, but anyway. Chef Chantal. I'm too short for the cooktop. Can you see me cooking here? There you go. I know it's a weird angle. But yeah, so exercising, you know? There. Fix it. Okay. Make it like a sauce. Ooh, the butter smells so good here. Show us the air fryer. I'll have to show you in the tour. What kind of rice needs oil and butter? What? Are you kidding? Lots of rices. A lot of rice, different types of rice, I think, yeah. A lot of them use ghee. It depends on where in the world the rice style is from. This is like Hausa style. So it has a lot of spices and stuff like that. So, all right, I'm gonna put a cinnamon stick or two in there. I'll clean up after. Some cinnamon sticks.
That's a lot of cinnamon. What? That is way too much. Girl, what are you making? French toast?
Okay. Need a bit more water. I'm just improvising, guys.
Why do I have a feeling that Sala's not going to eat any of this? I mean, she's just making up her own recipe. I just can't see how that would taste good.
Oh, that smells yummy. All right, now I also have to add a dry lemon. I'm gonna add 2 dry lemons.
What? She just dropped it in there. She didn't even cut it up. What's that lemon supposed to do if you're not cutting it up?
What's Bed doing? No. I'm gonna add 1 lemon.
You know, I've never seen that kind of flavoring before, but something tells me you're not supposed to put it in there like that.
Nut salsa. That's how the capsa has all these spices, guys, normally. I'm not kidding. So I'm going to toast them up in the tomato. All right. Okay, I'm going to add also some more water. It's better to add like little by little instead of having too much, in my opinion. I'm going to add some saffron. When you made incense? Okay.
We're going to get past all the boring cooking stuff.
Whoa.
Chantal, I've used bay leaves before. Is that what that is? I mean, those are really strong. You sure you want to put that many?
I'll add a couple of those. Some pepper. Look at my pepper guy. Yeah.
Wait.
And now I'm gonna add Yeah, he should flop.
What's in the
Go give
pot?
him
Show
crap
us
for
in the
that.
pot.
Taking care of the cats, that's part of it. Maybe he will. In future, you and
I'm
Chantel
gonna
will
go
probably.
back. I'm
Hey,
gonna go back.
Alma. What did Bay say? Small spaces. Well, yeah, he should flop. Go give him crap for that. Taking care of the cats, that's part of it. Maybe he will. In future, you and Chantel will progress and be able to get a house there, here and there. Thank you. I don't know, like, home ownership is really, that's why I was going to rent, because I find it, okay, I'm going to turn that off. I find it to be really intimidating.
Oh, hold on.
Oh, my fork. Okay.
Look at that. That does not look appealing. That looks like a dog ate something and had a case the runs.
So the dry lemon, this is the gravy.
And that lemon.
And the rice
Look at that lemon. It's just sitting in there. It's chilling.
is here with the bay leaves. You see the bay leaves? No? Okay. Anyway.
You know what, Chantal? Listen, it doesn't matter if you are on YouTube or off. If you're a chef, you should taste things as you're cooking them so you get an idea of what the flavors are looking like before you add more stuff. God.
Anyway, so now I'm going to put the gravy on. I'm going to take out the dry lemon for now. Put the gravy in.
That looks bad.
I know it doesn't look good, but
No, it doesn't.
it smells good. Try not to scrape the pan too much. Okay. Yeah. And now I'll salt to taste after. So now we're going to add water about an inch over the rice. Don't buy a house, yeah. A lot of people are not buying now. You're outspoken like me, love it. I guess Pete should do what he's supposed to. Yeah, I'm sure he will. Don't be intimidated by buying a house. Yeah. Hey, Missy, Mishimu, Ace Ventura in the house. I'm a total housewife. Babe, I'm so happy you're here. Okay, Brittany.
You know, correct me if I'm wrong, but doesn't Chantal sound a bit out of breath here? So she just cooked a meal and she's out of breath.
Save the fork. Oh. So far, what's been your favorite meal so far? Favorite part of Kuwait, I know it's going to sound cheesy, but obviously Salah. Just everything. I'm enjoying my time here. I feel at home. I love the
lie detector says that's a lie.
Lemon and mint, everything. Going out to the restaurants. Honestly, my favorite food has been the kabsa, the dakus. When we went to the Syrian restaurant and had the grape leaves and the mashi and that like meat, the stuffed meat, and the Iranian kebabs at that Iranian place, the rice.
You know, I'm sure Kuwait has wonderful, lovely food. Wonderful, lovely food. But yet, what do you get the most excited over, Chantal? What makes you happy? Fast food. Where did you go recently? A McDonald's. So if you're in a place with all that lovely food, why is it that you go straight for a Starbucks? You go straight for a McDonald's? Answer me that.
Majbous is really good too. But kapsa style rice, I love it, and that's why I'm making it. It's so good. Hey, Black's Chaos. The homemade pickles. Oh, yeah. Okay, no, I forgot about the cheese. The cheese with the seeds in it from the Syrian place where we got the pickles. Oh my gosh. That cheese, I finished it. That's not good for me because, well, you know, I had a cheese emergency before. I don't need another. Especially, I don't know, OHIP will cover here. I'm kidding. I don't think OHIP covers cheese emergencies. Yes, I ate too much Syrian cheese when I was in the Middle East, and now I need help.
You know, that's actually not funny because when she was with BB, I don't know how many are on my channel have been watching Chantal and how long you've been watching her for. But when Chantal was with BB, she actually ate so much cheese she had to go to the ER. And you would think that would teach her a lesson to slow down on the cheese, but she's in Kuwait. What if she causes another emergency?
Can I go to the embassy? I'm gonna fly. Oh, one more touch.
And she muted the stream for some reason.
Okay, I had to find a solution, so Sala gave me another extension cord. This is what you have to do when you have a small space. You have to kind of just move things around. Like if I want to use the air fryer, just plug it, but we're still setting it up, so hold on.
You know she hates all of this. She hates all of this. She loves the part of being around Sala, but beyond that, she hates all of this. She hates being in a space where she has to cook. Chantal doesn't do cooking. She doesn't do cooking. She's not happy to cook. She's happy to be with Sala, but the work that it takes to be with Sala, the cooking and the cleaning, you know she hates it.
Okay. No, I don't think any man would want their wife living with a man at all. You know that, Flob.
Then it's time for you and Sala to find your own place in Canada or Kuwait, and because you're not going to get pizza out, I guarantee you that.
You know that. What's there to address? Pete knows that. He doesn't complain about it. You know?
So what's the plan? You're going to come back to Canada, and as soon as you walk in the door, you're going to look at Pete and say, thanks for taking care of my cats for me while I was in Kuwait for a couple of months. Now get out. How do you think that's going to fly? I don't think it's going to fly very far at all, because Pete has nowhere to go. You can't kick him out of his own place, no matter what you say.
People are always like, poor Pete's. Like, Pete's is fine with it. Why didn't you Google cats or rice? Googled your friend. The thing is, I did Google it, and I did see a really good recipe. So that's why I have the knowledge I have with the spices. Like, before we went to the grocery store, I wrote down all the stuff I needed to go.
So you looked up recipes, and with a recipe, they don't just tell you the ingredients, they tell you how much, and you still did the wing it thing with the recipe? Why?
But some things, I mean, I'm using a rice cooker. So the recipe actually, there was a rice cooker recipe, but it was a bit different. So I'm altering it a little bit to my liking. Like, it calls for onion, but I'm not putting onion. Hey, Dolly. Sounds like it sucks to be Pete's. No, at all. I mean, if you consider that, I mean, he never expected for me to live with him forever, especially maybe at first, like when I was like a couple years ago when I first moved into the villa, I had the mindset that I don't want to be in a relationship. I don't want a family, blah, blah, blah.
Okay, stop right there. Stop right there. Let me correct you on something. Let me correct you on something. The reason why you moved in with Pete in the first place is because at that time, I don't know your financial situation, Chantal. I'm not all in your business like that. I'm not the IRS. But the reason why you moved in with Pete is because you had a bankruptcy on your record, and you literally could not get a place on your own. You needed Pete for that. You needed his good credit at the time. That's why his name is on the lease and not yours. Pete was looking around for a place that was affordable. You didn't like the places that he picked out because they weren't to your liking, so you guys struck a deal that if he puts his name on the lease, that you would pay the rent, pay the bills. His responsibilities would be to take out the trash and whatnot, but that was the deal the two of you had. But that's why you moved in with Pete. It wasn't like, oh, I want a companion and I didn't want to be on my own. No, it's just that you couldn't get a place on your own. And here we are, and your credit's still crap. You know that.
Things change, you know, like I didn't plan on falling back in love. It just happens. God loves me.
You know what I think, Chantal? I think that you are just desperate to find anyone to pay attention to you. You are so desperate to say, I've got a man in my life. And I don't care if that man loves me or not, as long as there's somebody there. You want to be able to look down your nose at all other women and say, look at me. I've got a man. I'm better than all of you single women out there. Look at you with nobody. You want to be able to say, oh, I'm married. Guess what, Chantal? I've been married twice. And I can tell you from experience as a two-time bride, if the marriage ain't right, it ain't right. It's unhappy. It's sad. It's lonely. And from everything I've seen, you don't have a happy marriage. You're miserable. You're putting on a brave face, but you're still miserable because that person that was sitting next to you on the couch, he ain't the one. He's maybe the one you want, but he's not the one. He's in it to win it for himself. You're just a means to an end. You're just a stepping stone, a lily pad, whatever you want to say. You're just a door that he has to pass through to get what he really wants. He's keeping you around for monetary gain. And once he gets what he wants out of you, or as much as he can get out of you, he's gone. The two of you are different people. You have different kinds of lifestyles. You're not even close to being similar. You got nothing in common. You got money. He wants money. That's the only thing that connects the two of you.
And anyways, he would be happy for me. He's happy for me. That I'm happy and in love. You guys make drama out of nothing.
Yeah, so that super chat I brought up earlier from Monica saying the apartment is in Pete's name means you need to leave. Do you hear that, Sala? I don't know if Chantal's been lying to you and giving the impression that the apartment is in her name, but it's not. It's in Pete's name. So he doesn't have to go anywhere. He can stay there as long as he wants. So if Chantal's been feeding you some bullshit about it's in her name and giving you the impression that she can kick Pete's out, even if her name was on the lease, even if, sir, her name was on the lease, she still couldn't kick him out. He's got a right to be there. He's getting his mail. He's been living there for more than 30 days. She would have to go through legal channels to kick him out. So he ain't going nowhere either way.
Hold on, guys. I'm gonna see what. We talk about that now, but we'll see. How does anyone know that she's not going to move to Kuwait? They don't owe us any explanation. It's their marriage. I'm super private about my marriage too. Yeah, like I'm just polite when I answer. I'm trying to be polite when I answer people. You know, so. But basically, in other words, yeah, you're right. Black's chaos. Like, I think it's because.
Hey, this super chat, Lee Moore says, Pete should sell all your crap and find roommates to help pay rent. The apartment is in his name. Well, I think Pete is a dick for what he did to BBJ. I will always think that way. No one's going to change my mind. But on the human level, as him being a person and he's living there, I think it would be smart for him to find a roommate. I think it would be smart for him to just prepare for what might happen. The apartment's in his name. If he were really, really smart, He would do a bunch of just tell-all tea videos and make a shit ton of money. But he never will because he still believes in her. And he strikes me as the kind of person that he's going to believe her up until that 11th and 3/4 hour when she pulls the rug out from under him. Only at that moment will he realize that what's really going on.
Because my audience is so used to me being so open and like, and not, and just sharing all my private details, but he has all your members now. I'm genuinely excited for the future. Yeah, I think for sure. Life is always changing, you know? Yeah, plot, maybe. Okay, so I think I'm just going to watch this.
Ooh, did you guys see the way she shifted? After Goofy said he has, talking about Pete, he has all of your members now, he can afford it. Her mood just shifted. She did not like hearing that. Just the thinking about it, the fact that she's lost members and they're now with Pete's. Chantal, it's your fault. It's entirely your fault. This is what happens when it's not about changing your content. It's about your attitude. It's about letting somebody who is not in charge of your channel take charge. Making Sala your mod. Telling everybody that's asking simple questions, oh, you're being invasive. Doing stuff like blocking people and then make them, you block people and then you say outright, I block people because I want them to sign up again and I get more money. You're admitting to scamming people. And you're an idiot. You are a straight up idiot. Locking down your chat to where nobody except for VIPs can talk to you. You're limiting your audience. And you're not giving people motivation to sign up and pay the $5. Whereas the reaction channels, do you notice, have you noticed that when they do their chats, there's a lot of people and they don't lock down their chats. Anybody can say anything and they're entertaining. Why haven't you taken note of that? And the reaction channels are popular, not just because they talk about you, because they bring the personality and the humor in different things to talk about. And anybody can comment. It's not a matter of forcing someone to pay $5 just to say hi.
This pan real quick because it's bugging me. I can't wait to see the rice and I have salad. That's like what I was craving every single time.
I've never craved salad.
Salad's out, or if you ask me what I want for dinner, like if he wants to pick something up, I'm like rice and chicken. Rice, chicken, and salad is my favorite.
No, it's not. No, it's not. You are way too excited going to McDonald's. No, it's not.
I don't know. Especially here, the rices are so good. And the chickens, and I don't know. There's a lot of chicken roasteries here. St. Hubert's has nothing on it. Can you air fry chicken from frozen or pan fry it from frozen? Like real
Why are you asking people? You've got YouTube. Look it up.
chicken breasts? I've heard I didn't defrost any. It's like frozen. Wait a second, guys. Okay, guys, hold on. But people will just speculate because we are private. People don't know a lot about us, but I said he was stable. Yeah. Homemade lemonade. Isn't that exciting? It's really delicious and refreshing. Hey, Rhonda. No, actually 20, not 10.
Ouch. So she's doing a cooking stream, and Chantal, I'm just going to say it. It's my opinion that she's been buying subs. Now, anybody who is watching this React video, you're probably going to ask me, why would she do that? Why would Chantal buy subs? And can you do that? Yes, there are different websites where you can buy subs. I do not recommend that. That's a big no-no on YouTube. But why does Chantal buy subs? Because YouTube is kind of biased in a way. They throw a lot of attention on the bigger channels. You know, they look at the number. Here's the problem. You can sit there and buy subs, but YouTube has gotten smarter, and whatever subs you bought, they will detect those bought subs and they will get rid of them. But even if you buy the subs and you increase your page number to say, 93,000, that does not mean engagement. And that's really what YouTube looks at, is engagement. That's another reason why Chantal has turned her comments back on, because she knows that she turns the comments off, that means less engagement. That hurts her numbers. When people look her up on YouTube, her channel is going to be near the bottom of the page, and all the reaction channels are going to be on top of her because they're getting more engagement. So it's not about your sub number that matters the most. YouTube pays attention to that, but it's more about the engagement, and you can get engagement in many different ways. So she's turned the comments back on. She's realizing that she's just, by trying to lock everybody out, she's hurting her own channel, and now she's doing that. What do you guys think? What are your suggestions? Turning the comments back on, being nicer to people, trying to get some people back. Because when it comes to engagement, the reaction channels are kicking her ass. I mean, I'm a really tiny channel. And if you look up Chantal, sometimes my channel is further up the page than Chantal, and that's sad because I'm not even 5K. And that's true of other smaller channels. It's really strange. She's got a 93.k whatever channel. And if you look up Foodie Beauty, you would think that her name would be at the top of the search, but it's not. It's near the bottom. And you got all the reaction channels that are doing reactions that day. They're on top, and you encounter them first. So it's about the engagement, y'all. It's not about a sub number.
Oh, oops. Cheers. So, but I'm trying to do better. I'm trying to change my attitude. I don't like myself when I rage and when I'm arrogant and when I'm a know-it-all, and oh, it smells good. I don't like that.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. You just don't like it because of where you are and you can't do it. But if you were at home, girl, you'd be raging aplenty. You said it yourself. You're an angry person. You've got an anger problem, Chantal, and you got to let that out. I mean, even being in Kuwait, you've been raging on your community post. Can't help yourself. You haven't changed at all. You may have changed the way you dress, but you're still the same person underneath.
No, Flopera. There's certain people I just don't want to mess with, and I'll never really forgive them because I don't know. It's not about that. It's not about forgiveness. It's like people have to be relevant enough in my personal life. People online, it's different. That's why, I don't know, whatever. Views are what every creator wants. Otherwise, why share your experience? Why would you just film for personal reasons? Yeah, like I just love doing YouTube. And honestly, especially if you're like rebranding and changing audience, I had an audience for a straight year or more, like 2 years, just watching me be a mess every night.
You wanted that. You wanted that. Nobody told you what to do for your channel. You started off doing a variety of content, makeup looks, video game playthroughs, shopping hauls, taking us places. That's what you did. But then you stumbled into the mukbang trend at the time, and you saw how the views went up and how the feeders were coming to your channel. And you decided, this is my niche, and I'm going to go for it. And you did. And you were taking feeder requests. You were. You were getting paid on the side as well as through YouTube. Yeah, you were. You chose to do that. Nobody forced you to, Chantal. You did all of that by choice.
And then like they would like people would complain about that, like, oh, I don't like when you're this way, blah blah blah. Just be yourself. Well, I don't think that was me, like that messy side. I was just
I think it was.
in a really
I will say though, Chantal, I think who you are, you've catered a lot of that to YouTube. That once you started making that YouTube money and you got monetized, which in my opinion was the worst thing for you because you got obsessed with money and you just got lost in the pursuit of money, you turned into a caricature of yourself, an over exaggerated version of yourself. You catered all of your mannerisms, your voice, the way you dressed, everything just to attract more attention and get more money. You're just chasing the money, chasing the money. If you go back to your channel, to your content about 4 or 5 years ago, you weren't as over the top. You became over the top to keep that money going because YouTube is your income.
downward spiral in a lot of ways. But internally, I was like just like screaming, like didn't realize it. I felt lost and just like no direction. Faith, how you look, good girl. Thanks, Faith. Ready, set, repeat. Thanks, Faith. So, and now that I'm trying to do better, I think people are just like, I don't feel like a lot of people want that.
I do. I want to see you do better. You're a vile, evil person. My view of that will never change. And I've always said if you do positive content, I will do positive reactions, but you got to earn it. If you're doing nonsense on your channel, I'm not going to co sign on your bullshit. I'm going to call you out for it. But you've got to understand, Chantal, this whole thing with Solid, it's been crazy. And it's phony and it's fake, and we're not buying what you're selling. Not for any amount of money are we buying it. You change your personality with every guy you get with. You'll start up an arc, you'll run it for a while to see if it's profitable, and then when it's not profitable anymore, you'll find a reason to close it and start another one. So you're in Kuwait right now with Salah, but you got to come back to Canada. How do we know as soon as you get back that you'll find some reason and some way to close the arc just to start up your nonsense again? We don't know. But this does not feel authentic. How you're acting, how you're talking, it doesn't feel authentic. And I'm not saying that because, you're a train wreck and you got to be on 200 the entire time. No. This is not the real you. This is not you. This is you trying to get Salah's attention, trying to get in his good graces. Here, let me cook you a meal. Here, let me show you that I can wash dishes, that I can be a housewife. I can be the good housewife for you, Chantal. There's an old saying, you can't make a hoe into a housewife. And you've got your hoe ways over there. Yes, you do. Before Salah, you were talking about picking up men from construction sites and doing things on the side of your car. I mean, you were out of control. So you're going to go from that to being a contented housewife? I don't think so.
It's like they find it boring. Well, I mean, this is my real life, I was self-medicating, yeah. So, I understand some people are skeptical because it was such a fast change and I fell in love so fast, got married so fast.
I don't think you fell in love. I think you fell in love with the idea of love. I think you're around someone that you have nothing in common with, that wants nothing to do with you, that if it weren't for your money, he wouldn't even look at you twice. And I'm not saying that because of your size. I'm saying that because you're just a selfish brat. You are a spoiled, selfish, inconsiderate brat. That you don't have any sense of true identity. You don't know who you are to the point where you seek out people for an identity. You borrow off of theirs. So if you don't know who you are, then how can you expect someone else to love you for you? Answer that question.
And everything else. But do I miss the Holy Trinity? In a way, yeah. In a way, I miss like all Beezers. But yeah, I do miss. But at the same time, if they don't want to be here, then I don't want people to be here who don't want to be here.
You know what? If you miss your Beezers so much, why don't you open up the chat so everybody can talk to you? Show us how much you miss those Beezers. Open up the VIB chat so everybody can talk. Miss, I love to talk to people. Stop locking down your chat and putting it behind a paywall. The reaction channels don't do it. They don't put their chat behind a paywall. Anybody can talk. Anybody can make a comment. And they get more in super chats and engagement than you do, you fool. Figure it out.
You know, like when I said fair weather followers, I kind of mean that. Like I get disappointed when people are like so supportive and then just like they don't like a decision or something, so they just go away. So I can't do anything about it, guys. Like I made that post. Everyone, they're welcome back here as long as they're like respectful and like everyone else. Like they have the same rules as everyone else. It wouldn't be fair to give them special privileges. You know, I don't want people badgering the man in my life who's like the one thing that's amazing in my life right now, especially him. He's like super, super amazing. So, yeah, he doesn't. What do you want me to do? Write it on my forehead every time it happens? Mm-hmm. Like, how do you even know that? Why would anyone tell you that information, especially for your lousy $2?
Boom! She's changed, y'all. She's changed, right? This is a changed woman. Oh, the real Chantal just jumped out there for a minute, didn't she? Oh, snotty. Thank you for your $2. Let me tell you something, Chantal. Let me tell you something. That little snotty attitude, it's what's costing you money. It's the reason why your VIBs are leaving. That little snotty head cheerleader attitude, it's very, very expensive on YouTube. Yes, it is. It's costing you money. But the real Chantal just jumped out for a second. Thank you for your $2, Chantal. It doesn't matter if people are giving you $1 or 50 cents or $2 or $200. Be grateful for everything you got. Because if you didn't have YouTube, what would you have? Be thankful for every single person that still comes in your chat, that pays the $5 or sends you a super chat, because that's money you did not earn. You're not doing shit over there to earn that money. Turning on your camera and going to McDonald's like anybody else would do, that's not earning money. Standing and cooking a meal, that's not really earning money. You're not doing a proper cooking video. It sucks. Your cooking sucks. You're not a cooking channel. You're not a real vlog channel. Your channel's just a mess. Okay? Real talk, it's a mess. So you can just take your little cheerleader pom-poms and stick them where the sun don't shine with that thank you for your $2 attitude. When people send super chats to the reactors, they say thank you. They show appreciation. You put down people for giving you money. Are you serious? Are you stupid? Putting down people that give you money. How dumb are you? How dumb are you? Putting down people that give you money, even though you don't earn it. Girl, have a seat. And don't break the couch this time.
Were you ever diagnosed with border personality disorder? Please say you were. Mm-mm. No, I was diagnosed with like severe depression and eating disorder. But I don't know what they did to diagnose. I mean, they just asked me like a random questionnaire, I think. Like one size fits all questionnaire. So maybe I diagnosed myself. I mean, how honest are we on those questions? You know, yeah, like each question is like, do you feel this way? Sometimes, all the time, somewhat rare, you know, like somewhat infrequently. Brittany, your hand to the moon. What size bed? I don't know. Maybe king or queen? I think king. If you want to say something, make it constructive. Yeah, exactly. Constructive. That's the thing, you know. Mm. You guys are like not awake in the morning when I am. Usually get up around like maybe 10, 30, 11. Depends. So it's, yeah. I guess there's no normal. Live your life how you want. If you want to cook dinner at 1:30 in the morning, then cook dinner at 1:30 in the morning. You know? Who cares? Like, there's no one size fits all for life. I've been seeing my psychiatrist for many years. My anxiety and depression. Do a lot of things for our other channel too. But you know what? Doing things is exhausting when you don't when you normally don't do things. Like I've been standing now for how long? I have Crocs on. Okay.
Chantal, you've been in Kuwait for over a month. You've been doing all this walking. So shouldn't that build up your stamina? Why are you so tired just standing still?
Check the rice. It's so it's really nice. I love it. You better give us the beauty bite. Okay. Fluffy capsa rice.
So she's changing, right? That's what she said. But she's still catering to the feeders on her channel. This is straight up feeder content.
Mmm. Very delicious. Yummy. Remember this? What does this mean? Take it, tie it in the back of your neck, then tie it on the top of your head. Then
Okay, you know what? I'm done here. The stream is already long enough. There might be more here. If there is, I'll get it later. I'm already at like an hour and 38 minutes for a react. It's a bit long than what I would like, but we just, it's done. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this react video. If you have, please like and subscribe and leave a comment. I really would appreciate it. And I hope everybody has a wonderful night. Please take care and have a good one. Bye-bye.